Hello, everyone. Marty Chinesky here. Today, what is today? The 28th? Yeah, 28th, 29th
Okay.
of March.
Yeah, March
It's a
Madness.
Tuesday. Yeah, still March Madness. Some good games last weekend, I will say.
Yeah.
How'd the bettors do? Bettors bet any of those games?
I
Yeah.
think, one thing you get is Coach K's retiring, right?
Oh.
So I bet you everybody had Duke going pretty far just because of that.
Oh, my daughter's bracket's still alive. She's got Villanova.
Okay.
She took them to beat Michigan.
And she was right.
And she was right. She's a U of M'er.
Right, and it wasn't even close.
All them Ann Arborites, they just put U of M at the top and they work their way back. State guys do the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out normally. It just doesn't work out.
You could do one like that, but the one that, go with your heart for the first one, and then the other one, you better try to win.
Yeah, I agree. So how you been? How's your week?
It's good. It's good. Sounds like it was a little better than yours. I've been just watching sports, working, and getting those kids some work. It's baseball season to us, softball.
Oh, that's right. Are you guys practicing indoors?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good.
3 days a week. So
3 days a week. Man, oh man.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah, you just turned 50. Heck yeah, you're tired. Last week, Ken, he was still recovering from his Vegas trip.
Yeah, you were recovering from Louisiana, New Orleans. There it is.
Yes. It was a good time. Good to get away. And now it's 15 degrees outside. We got layers on,
It's supposed to snow tonight.
I know.
Stuff like that.
Snow tonight, melt tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we get started here, the Ecorse boys. Last week we talked about them making it, and they were playing while we were doing our show. And where were they at? They were at
Jackson Lumen Christie.
Yes.
But they played Bath, right?
Bath. A school from Lansing.
Area, correct. And they gave them a bath, right?
It wasn't even a match. Final score was 80-49. Now the game was tight early. It was 14-14 after one.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Bath hits a three to end the quarter, right?
Ties it up. Gets all the mo. And then they outscored them in the second quarter 22-9. And then they outscored them the third quarter. They scored two more quarters. They scored 22.
Yeah, 22 was a hot number for them. Yeah.
That's right. And it was a blowout. I mean, now it says here that 80 points scored by Ecorse is by far and away the most given up by the Bath Bees. Yeah. They are the Bath Bees. And they, but obviously, I think 62 was the most that they had given up before that.
So in those three quarters, the second, third, and the fourth quarter, they scored 22. They scored more points in those three quarters than they had given up all year long. Those are good quarters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good quarters. Ecorse was hot, even though their record says they were 9-12. Theoretically, they took some losses, like we talked about last week, from forfeits. But then they beat Bath in the 80-49 in the end. So that was a good win for Ecorse.
Yeah, the coach, he said they came out, they played together with a lot of confidence. They said he was saying, everybody wanted the ball. Yeah. Everybody wanted the ball. And they had 12 triples.
Yeah. The game has changed so much. And I attribute it to Steph Curry, but they just shoot three-pointer after three-pointer and after three-pointer. And, they hit 12 of them. I wonder how many they took. Didn't say, but they obviously shot a pretty good percentage.
And I think we'll get into that. It was the first time they advanced to the state semis, Final Four teams, since 1980. And they're going to face Menominee.
Okay.
Menominee. That's from the Upper Peninsula. They were going to face them on Thursday at the Brez.
And if you just gave me that fact, right? Just say they're playing a team from the UP area, I would think Ecorse is winning, right? We're down here. We play basketball. We can go outside. Snow's not this deep.
They're up there. They play hockey.
Yeah, they play hockey.
That's right. That's right. But not quite the case.
Nah, it wasn't the case at all.
And that was last Thursday that they had their quest for their state title, Division III. They were at the Breslin Center, or the Bres, as all the locals call it.
Yeah.
And 7 wins in a row, and they placed Menominee, and unfortunately, they lost the game 74-56.
Wow. Yeah. And you can see it even if we didn't go to the game. If you get stuck shooting those 3-pointers and you're not on for the night, it can go bad quick, right?
Yes, yes.
Well,
Now that was the 4th state semifinal appearance in program history for Ecorse, and as we said, it was the first time since 1980.
and the first downriver team since 2019, right? Which was River Rouge.
River Rouge.
They made it to the Final
Who
Four.
Ecorse beat in during the season. They were 1-1.
Yeah, they were 1-1.
They were 1-1. And then the last local team, aside from it being Rouge, because they probably went in 19, 18, 17, was a small school over there, Melvindale ABT, in 2010. And they are located, I believe, like Oakwood and Allen.
Yeah, it's got to be on Allen Road.
No, Outer Drive and Allen. It's a school by St. Mary Magdalene, I believe.
Now,
I could be wrong.
fun fact about Melvindale ABT is Michael Talley, right? Michael Talley's the guy that tells Chris Webber to call a timeout when they lose to North Carolina. He was the coach. He was Mr. Basketball in Michigan 1989 or something like that. He was a great one,
He
two.
was the coach on the sideline?
No, he was on the team
Okay.
with Webber's, the Fab Five, but he wasn't starting because he was like a junior or a senior
So
at
he
that
was
time.
on the bench yelling
And he was,
timeout?
call timeout, call timeout.
Oh, that's a mistake. But
Yeah.
Weber gets all the blame.
All
You're
of
trying
it,
You're
yeah.
trying to relieve him of a little bit of that call right
just
now?
a little bit.
Where'd
yeah.
you read that little fun fact? On the internet?
No, there's pictures of Webber like trying to hide the ball from the player that's defending him. And you can see Talley on the bench calling timeout. You know, but Mike Talley was a really good player. He went to Detroit Cooley High, and state champions and stuff like that. But he coached at Melvindale ABT
Oh,
team,
okay.
and his
He's
son
probably
played
in my
there.
shop because I've done work for them.
Yeah,
You know, not lately, but when they first got going.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good fun fact.
Yeah.
Ecorse scored the first 5 points in that game, took a 5-0 lead, and then the Maroons, as the Menominee team is called, went with a 12-0 run, and they really never looked back.
Yeah, they led after 6 after the first quarter, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then they left by 19 before taking 18-point lead into the half. So
Now, this is a fun little different fact. You know, they started to press. Ecorse said, you know what, we're going to full court them. We're going to make them work. And by the midway through the third, it was 57-52. Well, they got it to single digits in the third quarter and down to 5 with 6:12 left. So 6:12 left in the game, you're feeling good, you know. And you give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. But unfortunately, then the Maroons said, no thank you, and went on a 17-4 run.
Yeah.
And that kind of did it, with 11 straight at the end of the game.
yeah, and I think it's like us, right? We drove here, and we keep driving. We're gonna run out of gas.
Yeah?
Yeah. I bet they ran out of gas. If you're pressing that long, a quarter and a
yeah.
half, and depends on how big your rotation is. Yeah.
So good. I mean, it's a great run for Ecorse. It gives them something to build on for next year. It gives the coach the upper hand as far as getting outside of the city players to school of choice into Ecorse. I'll say I was driving here today and going up 3rd, and they got the little grade school over there. And there was a little kid on the court, couldn't have been 10, all by himself, dribbling that ball behind his back and doing all kinds of stuff and making a spin move and throwing it up there. And this kid couldn't be 9 or 10 years old. He's already working it.
Yeah.
I said he could handle the ball for my team right now. I'm looking at this little guy. He couldn't have been this tall. That ball was as big as him, and he had all the moves. I thought it was great, and it looks like the future of Wyandott's pretty good. If this kid's involved, unless he gets recruited by, not
Ecorse.
recruited, can't say the R word.
Yeah. What is he? Yeah. He's a warrior. No, he's not.
But, you know, they played well. We got to give them credit. You know, Ecorse, good run. They were the longest one to run in the downriver area.
Yeah.
So we got to give them that credit. And, their scoring was, their best player was Kenneth Mraz Jr.
Yeah.
He had 20.
Yeah. 14 in the second half. So once the press came in, he was getting some more points. Yeah. And did he have 25? No, that's Morris and Malik Olafe each poured in 25 points against Bath.
Yeah, they slapped
on
Bath
Tuesday. Yeah.
But see, he only had 6. Olafe only had 6 in the Thursday loss.
Was 0 buckets and 1 point in the second half.
Wow. So there you go.
There it is.
Yeah, and the kids.
Well, good run, Ecorse.
Yes, maybe we get the coach in here and chat him up someday.
Yeah.
Maybe we can help him in his school of choice efforts.
Yeah, we get him, boy.
Well, as we mentioned, the football kid, the guy that took over the football team, he's got to do that too. He's got to sign up some kids that want to go to school here.
Yeah.
It's how you got to build it. Because, they only had 42 last year. Was that where we were at? Something, or 37? Wasn't a big squad.
Yeah, but he's got Purdue and those different guys that are running that middle school team. I think the cool part about that is they got middle school football, so they can kind of do building blocks. And he'll get right. You know? He'll get right.
I'll agree. So all-state honors came out in hockey. Actually came out in a lot of sports. We only have time to do so many. And they released, the Michigan Hockey Association released its 2022 season all-state selections. 17 downriver players came with some kind of honor, whether it was all-state, second team, or honorable mention. Pretty good. Obviously, Trenton, they had 5 all-state selections where they were the Division II finalists.
Right.
They don't call them runner-up anymore. They call them finalists.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And I guess the first team all-state honors, forward Hayden Aboza and Matthew Kruger, and senior defenseman Nick Fields. And then the senior forward Aaron Brow was named to the second team, and their senior defenser Xavier Gradensack, he was an honorable mention.
Right. In D3, a total of 3 Riverview Gabriel Richard players claimed all-state honors in a season where the team won its 5th consecutive regional championship.
And they took down our Bears, if I do recall correctly.
Yeah. So they had 3. Junior forward Jimmy Monks was first-team all-state selection for the Pioneers, while junior forward Robbie Childs and senior defenseman Aiden Wisenhart both earned honorable mention.
And Woodhaven had 3. Junior forward Ethan Gilovich and Hayden Andrews, they were honorable mention in D2, and senior defenseman Brian Tanner was also an honorable mention for D2.
Let's not forget about Gibraltar Carlson, right? They had 2 players who were chosen for the D3 state team. Carlson's junior Brett Witten, and then the goalie. The goalie, Isaac Kalasa, standing on his head. He each picked up all-state honorable mentions for 21 and 22.
And here's an interesting factoid. Southgate United had 2 all-state selections in D1. As a team, the Titans only had 10 total players.
How many play at a time?
5.
Okay.
And a goalie, 6.
Okay.
So you have 10 kids on your roster. You can't swing, these teams carry 18. Okay. You carry 7 defense or 6 defense and 12 forwards, because they're out there 35 seconds and they're gone, and they're up and down the ice and then they're off. They're up and down the ice and then they're off. These guys had 10, okay? So they're on the ice. They're on the ice. And yet they had their senior forward Ashton Petrarca earned second team all-state honors, and if his fellow senior Marcus King picked up an honorable mention. 10 kids. Now, if somebody's hurt, you're at 9. Okay, go. Now, there's ways to play smart. Okay, there's ways to just dump the puck down into their end and catch a breather, and there's ways to, we've done it. I've played many a short teams when you coach the girls and when, even when we coach the boys. We were short. We were short bodies. Some of these teams, we'd play these Catholic League schools, and they'd have a bench. They'd be standing behind it. We'd have all kinds of room on our bench. We might have 2 lines. So you learn to play smart. You learn not to chase pucks you're not going to get. You learn to do things the right way. But then what the problem with that is if he does get a bench the following year, then what do you do? You know, now Southgate.
They combined with someone anyway, right? That's why it was Southgate United.
Yeah. So but that wasn't the Riverview. That wasn't Riverview Gabriel Shard. It was Riverview somebody else.
Okay.
It wasn't Gabriel Shard, was it?
No, it wasn't because they were in here.
Yeah.
They had players that made All-State.
So how do you decide? It's just All-State altogether, or is there Catholic League All-State and regular league All-State?
No, I think it's All-State division.
Interesting.
But you know what? If you told me, if you were like, okay, we're going to have a team, 20% of our team are going to be All-State.
Yeah.
I would think that we're pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Or the kid was just outstanding.
Or he had so many minutes that he got points to.
Yeah.
Is that fair or no?
He could be out there all the time.
So now he's got all the assists. He's got all the.
Hey, you get a 20-minute rest between periods. Get out there and skate. Maybe you try going up and down the ice once. Small story. My daughter played hockey, and I kind of helped coach just a little bit for the girls. She was playing in Allen Park. I'll be honest to say that I put her in the Allen Park program. My business was in Allen Park. I just kind of was right there. I was down there already. I drive all around. So she ended up playing travel years after that. But I go out on the ice, haven't skated in a while, and go out on the ice to play these little 8-year-olds because in the parent-coach game, they have that every year at the end of the year, parent-coach game. So I'll go out there, I'm pretty adamant. I'm good on skates and all that, I skated for a while. And I get out there, I go up and down the ice like 3 times, and I'm seeing stars. I am just huffing and puffing, man. And these little kids are just zooming all around. These little gnats. They're all over the place. It was. I had to get on the bench, and I'm like, wow, I haven't done this in a while. But I said, this isn't normal, I don't think. There's little flashes of light going on.
And it's pretty. Yeah, it's a pretty star.
Like the cartoons, man. It's like the cartoons. Hilarious.
It sounds like a concussion, like those hits we used to take in football, and you just wake up, you go back to the huddle, and it's just dancing around your head. You're like, yeah, what's the next play? Yeah, I got you.
Well, yeah, I didn't get hit. No, the difference is I didn't get hit. I was just huffing and puffing. Yeah. My 40-year-old butt was, by then I would have been 50. Yeah, because we had Julie at 40. So I'd have been about 50, like your age.
Yeah.
It'd be like you going to the track and running around it twice.
Or getting on the skates with Nick. I look at him and I'm saying, no, I can't do it. I can't fall like I used to.
No. So let's get the wind out. Roosevelt had one player chosen in D3, which is interesting. We're a D1 bowling team. They're a D3 hockey team. Woodhaven's a D2 hockey team and a D1 bowling team. Interesting how that all works. But it was the goalie picked from the Bears, Aiden Jordan. He was named second team All-State. Okay, we went honorable mention or anything.
Okay. And, 11-16 record made him All-State. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because they picked up 2 victories in the regionals, and they played in the regional championship game.
He got hot late, maybe. Plus, they played a tough schedule. We talked about that in the beginning.
Oh, yes. They wanted to play those top dogs.
And if you lose 2-1, 3-1, 2-1, it's not the goalie's fault, right?
I never blame the goalie. It's like blaming the pitcher. It's like blaming the quarterback. Just because they see the puck the most and the quarterback touches it every play. I mean, he can lose you games. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Catch the ball when he throws it to you.
You know what I thought was interesting about getting into this hockey thing a little bit? There's a sign like, come skate here. Your kid can come skate here and do this, right? But goalies skate for free.
Oh, yeah. Because
they want to hit the puck at you a bunch? That's why?
No, because first of all, the amount of equipment the parent has to buy for the kid to be the goalie, they're spending $1,000 just for that.
Okay.
Or more these days. I
got you.
My kid Nick played goal for a hot minute, about 4 or 5 games, because at that age they kind of let everybody try. He did all right. He was better being on his skates and moving all around, though.
Yeah.
You got to have a good skater as a goalie. You can't put the the big kid that can't move.
Yeah.
You got to have a really good skater in that because they got to be able to move all around.
Yeah.
You know, that's like putting the slow kid at first base.
Or catcher, and that's not what we're doing.
No.
We want an athlete back there. You got to get the ball. What if she misses you? Yeah, you got to get there.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So one left, Grosjean.
Yep.
The,
Go ahead.
Yeah, he won in D3. Grosjean's honoree was forward Jack Sarnick. He was awarded an all-state honorable mention. So those are the 17 downriver kids that made all-state in hockey.
And maybe if somebody could email us and tell us how many all-state players there were altogether. Because I bet you 17's the bulk of the litter. Wouldn't you think? I think 17's a good number.
Well, of all the state, of all the regions, and that's
It's only going to 3 or 4. If you had 10 in each one, it'd be 40. I'm just saying, it's 30. I didn't read past D3.
They only pick like the first. They would pick in bowling when you get to 60 girls at regionals. They would probably pick 24 of them out of every bowler in the state of Michigan.
I think that's a good number for downriver 17, but I would think that a high contingency of high school hockey is played in this area. That would be my thought, other than Monomy.
Well, the other area is the Heartlands and all that.
Okay.
You know, they're pretty hockey strong up there. But yeah, that's a pretty good number, 17. I'll agree with that.
All right.
We figure it all out. So we go bowling next, I guess.
This bowl.
No. None of my girls made all-state. None of the boys made all-state.
Now, is the all-state pick based on your score, or that's just how you get to the state finals? It's not.
It would be rare if any girl here that wasn't at the state finals or boy got an all-state honorable mention.
Okay.
Unless they were really solid with their average throughout the year. The average is a debatable thing. Not all school or bowling houses have the same, you know. So we start with Division II, Gibraltar Carlson, Zach Sisk, and Allen Park Senior Nathan Roberts each picked up first-team All-State honors. And New Boston Huron Junior Donald Jacobs was named to the second team. Well, Sisk won the D2. He was the kid that struck out to tie the match and then threw 64 strikes in the roll-off to win 60-59.
I got you.
And the other kid, Nathan Roberts, he was Final Four. He lost the semifinals. That much I do know.
Yeah.
So he lost that game. So when you get into the top 16, then the top 8, you're automatically all-state. And then, you know, team 1.
Okay.
And team 2, they'll pick from somewhere else. And that was how those guys made it. Let's see, Jake, where are we at here?
We're right there. Jacobs had the second best score of the day in qualifying block at the D2 state meet, and he advanced to match play. The previous day as team states, he led the Chiefs to the semis. A week earlier, he had won the regionals in a single action. The day before, he helped guide Huron to the team regional as well.
And then in D2, the coach Kim Sisk, who coached Carlson, and I've sat in many meetings with her as we have coaches meetings, she picked up Coach of the Year honors.
All right.
I didn't know there was a Coach of the Year. I have to work harder.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Or sit next to Kim again.
Yeah, something. I don't understand what the criteria are, but man, I turned the program from nothing to something.
Yeah. And what did they do? They ended
I
up
don't do it for the awards.
She
Come
headed up a
on.
team that's finished in second place in the Downriver League.
Yeah, they lost in the last week to Wyandotte.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, that would have been a good award for Sheeler, because he took a team that didn't win a game, 2 years ago.
Wow.
And then last year they only won a couple points, and then this year they won the league. That would have been a good one for him, but I don't know how it works.
I got you. It looks like the Marauders took fourth at the team regionals. It looks like Zach Sisk ultimately going on to win the state championship. So Carlson won the state championship?
Yes. Well, no, he did. That was the kid that threw all the strikes.
I got you.
And in D1, Woodhaven's junior Matthew Sturbins was named second team All-State. He lost in the first round of the roll-off. He qualified 16th. He bowled the 1 seed. Almost took him down. Had a couple pin lead going into game 2, but the kid pulled away from him at the end. But the kid throws the ball good, and he's a junior, and he's second-team All-State. And he was the regional winner
But he was the 16 seed.
in the state roll-offs out
Sure.
of 60.
Okay.
He snuck in at 16.
Yeah.
And that was cool, but he won our region.
Yeah.
Then we got, what do you got, D4, Allen Park Cabrini had 5 bowlers named to the All-State team. 2 girls and 3 boys. How about that? On the girls' side, let's see. Junior Jordan Downham, she was first team All-State, and Cabrini senior Samantha Graff earned a spot on second team.
Wow. No, that's good. At the single state meet, Dom was the top bowler qualifying block, and she advanced to match play. 1 week earlier, she won the regional championship. Graff finished 9th individually at the state meet.
Well, that's not bad. It got her in the roll-off. On the boys' side for the Monarchs, all 3 selections are in second team All-State honors. Bryce Cataract and, he's a freshman. And then junior duo of David Kowalski and Nathan Radke. Not bad.
All-state freshman.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Man, that's pretty
Kid
good.
must know how to throw the ball. Well, all us Catholics know how to bowl. Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Is that way
Yeah,
they grow up on bowling alleys.
Yeah.
So we have to take next week off. I understand they are doing some revisions to the building. And we film in the evenings, and they will not let us, we can't get out of work to film during the day.
Yeah.
But there's a few things going on. We got a list of coaches here. Why don't we read these coaches for our, Tom DeSena, obviously being the high school athletic director. And then the RHS baseball is Brian Cotner.
Okay, Cotner. Coach Cotner.
Rowing coach, what does that
Mark
say?
Pappas and Chandra Thompson.
Nice. Soccer coach Gene Stevens. And we know these guys well, don't we?
Yeah, you can read those.
Softball coach Ricky Dennis and Tony Knowles.
Yeah.
I thought Tony would be in charge there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Track coach
Yep. Jordan Lackey. No. Thackeray. And Dave Lustig.
And the varsity golf team, John Mistroka, and assistant Keith Loris.
Yeah, Keith's really good.
Yeah, he worked with your kid.
Yeah, he's really good.
And then 2 other dates before we wrap it up here. The Hebda rowing. We're going to go to this rowing thing.
5 a.m.?
We won't get there that
Okay,
early.
cool.
They row all day. We can stroll in there when we want to.
Yeah.
But the Hebda is April 30th,
Okay.
and that is a Saturday. And then the exact following week is the Y-High Regatta, which those are like local teams, Hebda's teams from everywhere. And you'll be seeing on Friday night everybody pulling in with their boats and their trailers. Them. They're not called boats. I'm going to get in trouble for this, but they're like 40, 50 thou a piece, man.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That guy came in.
Yeah, the rowing
Rapid,
boat, but
yeah.
it's slip, sloop. All right, we got to wrap it up. They're telling us to wrap it up, so we will. I'm Marty Chinesky. This is Ken Brown. We will see you in 2 weeks, and we will talk some baseball. Baseball starts up in 2 weeks. Softball starts up, and we're off and running. We will see everyone next week. Thanks for watching. Get us on YouTube.
August, welcome to the world.
August, yes. Jones had a baby. August. A boy.